The new WordPress 6.3 is out, and I think we should have a look at it. I'll just try to open it up, experiment a little bit, and see how things work. In this WordPress, I'll present some of the new stuff in WordPress 6.3. It's a new version that came out recently, so let's just have a look at what it looks like. First of all, the theme. And here you're in for not a surprise. It's still the good old 2023 that you may or may not know. And if we go to the dashboard, you can see it looks like itself. The place where the most new stuff is found is in here, in appearance. And here you see the themes that are installed, the standard themes. And if we go to the editor where we add the looks of everything, you can see here that it looks a little bit different than it did before. Now you can see that we have a navigation, styles, pages, templates, and patterns. And if you have used WordPress before, you may notice that template parts are gone. Now they are called patterns instead. And if we look in here, you can see that the headers and our footers, they are actually hidden in here. And if you want to edit them, you just click them and then you can do stuff to them by Gutenberg. You can also see that the navigation is here, which is cool. It was a little bit hard to find before. So you can go in here and edit your navigation. And if we start with first things first, I think I'll start with a page and add a new one here. It's just test impression. New features in WordPress. And when we work in pages or posts, which is pretty much the same work-wise, then you can go in here and see if we have something new. You can see we have a paragraph, headings, lists, and so on. They're actually pretty much the same. We have a pull quote, and here's something new. There's a footnote. Let's try that. So according to Habermas, you are not alone. And then we can see if we can add a footnote here. Here it is. That's a footnote. And how do I add that? I think I have to mark the text. Okay, let's see. Footnote. I'm not sure how to do that. I can't write anything. Can I edit the word? No. Can I go in here? How can I add a footnote? I don't know. Let's remove it. And try again. How do we add a footnote? Click here. Here they will, it will just, okay. This is where the footnote will, okay, now I know it, yeah. Okay, footnotes. First we need to add, let's see, a place where the footnotes will appear. It's obviously here. And now we can add our footnote. So if I go up here and say, how can I add a footnote? Here it is. That's how to add a footnote. Okay, and now the footnote appears. Okay, and we just say that we have quoted Habermas before, so alone. Let's see if we can add another one here. Here it is. Yes. Okay, so now we have a couple of footnotes. And of course, footnotes are only used if you want to create, say, academic articles or something like that. Then they are very useful. And it seems like you can jump up and down to the footnotes. So they are actually very useful. So that was one of the new additions. And it was not that easy to use, but you have to learn it. So let's try to see what's more here. Images, cover, media, text. All of this is pretty much as we're used to. Buttons, groups, so on, page break. Nothing new here. Archives, calendars, all of this looks, page list. All of this looks like we're used to. Theme. Here are things that you can use when you edit the theme. Navigation, site logo, also the same, more or less. And some comments. Yeah, looks pretty much as we're used to. So not much new, but the footnote is a nice addition. Let's just add an image just to have a little bit of fun. Let's see, in my media library we have one here. Let's select that. Okay, now we can publish our page, because we need a page if we want to add some navigation. When you create a website, the easiest thing is to just create the pages first, and then you go to the navigation, and then you have an easy way to add it. So let's try to go to the editor, and now we should be able to go into our navigation here, and we should also be able to edit it. Here it is. You can see that actually automatically my new article is there, so you can edit it. If you don't like one of the pages, for instance, if you want the sample page to be gone, you can edit the menu, and then you can delete what you do not want to see. Now it's deleted, and now you can see that my website begins to take form. I'll save my page here, and now you can see that this is how we can create structure. Let's go out again and have a look at things here. You can also see that you can rename the navigation, and you can even duplicate it if you want to have more navigations here. So that's pretty much how you do this. That's the top navigation that we have here. Okay, so styles. When you go into styles, this was very well hidden in previous versions, so it's a nice addition that we can go in here and just change the style by a click from the mouse. But you can see that there are like tons of styles. I'll just keep on using the standard style as you see it here. But one of the nice things here is the eye. It's called the style book, and if you work in say Figma or something like that, you can actually create your own styles. So if you have like components or stuff like that, then the style book is where you should go if you want to change something. Now if you go into the style book here, into the styles, you can take any block that you see. Let's say that we want to do something with a button here, standard button. You can just click it here, and when you click it in this design section, you can change the looks of a button. Let's say that I want my buttons to be pink. That's horrible. And I want the text to be white, like that. Then that's what my buttons will look like. You can change sizes and so on. So this addition here is actually quite nice. You can also change font, which is also nice. So let's save this. And by now, if I add a button to my page, then the button should actually, let's see, here we have my pages. It should actually have that look. So here we are in my test impression page. I want a most wanted response button here. Let's add one and some text. You can see now it has this color that I have chosen, lilac something. Click me. So this is our most wanted response button. So you can see that if you want to change the all over design of any blog, this is actually how you do it. You can totally change anything as you want to, which is a nice feature. Let's try to create a blog post, which is our blog role. I'll add a new one. News from WordPress. And again, I'll try to add a button. Here they are. And you can see that now the buttons have this color that I have chosen from the style book. So let's say, don't click here. And then you can add something horrible that will happen if people click there. So this is a nice feature in my opinion. Let's go back to the editor and see if we can find anything new here. At least you can see that the styles have improved immensely. And also that now you can see that it's in the style book, this new addition to the button. So this is cool. And if we go in here, now we can see all the styles in this theme. And in pretty much the same way you can change each and every blog that you see. If we go to pages here, you can see that the pages that are in my theme, they are actually visible here. You can also see two standard pages, 404, which is the error page. I really don't understand why they write 404. Nobody understands it. As a multimedia designer, you may know what it is, but I'm pretty sure that your grandma doesn't know. So you can write something like, whoops, that does not exist. Cannot find that page. And try again. And then we save it. Now we have an improved page for that. So that was the template for a 404 page. Now you know that templates are kind of hard to understand by many users, especially new ones. But the idea of a template is that if you have a blog post, then a lot of posts will have a certain design or look. And that's what you use the template for. So a template can be used by many pages or posts. You can see we have a blank one here. This one is used if you want to build something completely new. Then you create a page and you say that it should use a blank template, and then you can actually build something from scratch. Let's try that. So I go into pages again. I'll add a new one. I call it blank. And let's see, in the right side here we should have page, and then you can see there is a thing here called template, and if I want to have a totally blank template I can use it, publish. Okay, and if I want to view this page I should see absolutely nothing except from a headline perhaps. No, not even a headline. So that's actually cool, because this means that we can create pages that has no design, but then whatever we want to add, we can add here. So if you want to have a headline, in this case I would have to add a heading and call it, this is a blank page. And now you note that the top headline here is actually not shown in the template, and that's on purpose, because in the blank we want to build everything from scratch. Now we'll add an image here. Yes. Bumblebee, here it is, and update. So by now you'll be able to see what the page looks like, and I have a new icon here. Now you can see it. You can see that blank, which is the name of the page, is not mentioned, but the headline is there. We have a bumblebee, and so this works out fine. And you can say that here we used a very, very simple template, but if we go to the template, you can create your own ones, so that a page will use a certain design. So templates are very, very useful. This was a blank one. This is what a blog post will look like. And here you see some blog posts. You can see my new blog is up here. And if you want to, you can edit what it looks like. I won't do that here. Here's the one called Home. And that one is actually interesting, because you can have a template and call it front page, then it will act as a front page, and so will Home. They are very, very similar. So if you don't want the looks of 2010, for instance, if you don't want to see this text up here, mind blown, then we can simply remove it here, and then you won't see it in the theme anymore. So right now we're just editing the template. You see, this is it. I don't want to see it anymore. Bam, it's gone. I'll save it. Save. And if we now go back to the website, you can see now it's gone, and we only have the news from the blog row that we want to see, which is pretty nice too. So the templates are easy to use if you understand the concept, that is. And the concept is very hard to get for many people. But I hope that over time, and perhaps with a little bit of improvements to the looks of things, you will be able to understand this. Now, patterns. And this is made instead of the previous template parts. They had like a confusion between patterns and template parts, but now they have kind of they have made this choice to have the patterns. So if you want to create a header, it's not a template part, it's actually part of the patterns. So this is where you should look for it. So if you want to edit our footer, for instance, it's here. And can I edit it? Yeah, here it is. This is my footer, and if I click on the edit button here, and now we can see the layers. This one is very handy in my opinion. Take this one away so that we can see it. Yeah, that one is actually quite nice, but probably we could add a little bit of more text here. By Jensen Design. So here it is. I'll save my footer. And if we go back, you'll see that the footer of the website has changed. And you can even create a new one if you want to. So you can have, if you click on the plus up here, you can create a pattern or a template part. I don't know why they still have this template part thing. I think they should go for patterns or call everything template parts. But let's create a pattern, and you can give it a name here, or that's actually a little bit confusing. If you want to create a header, you actually have to create a template part. So this is not logic at all, but that's how they do it. So you can create my brand new header, and then we create a header here and create it. Then it comes up here, and I am a header. Yeah. And probably we should have like the logo. It's called site identity. Site logo, here it is. And then we should have a logo. I'll take my bumblebee, use it as my logo here. Not the best choice obviously, but here it is. And now we have it. So this is a header, and probably we would like to have everything in a row, so you can just mark I'll do it a little bit slower. If you mark the layers here, and then you can see this icon, this like two sharp brackets. If you click on that, they will move into a line, and then you can align things to whether they should be in the center. And it's actually made by Flexbox if you want to add a little bit of CSS later on. But if we say here, we save it. Now we have a new header, which is nice. We have it in a row, and yeah. Can we do something with the colors here? We can add background. Let's make it purple. This will make the row purple or pink or whatever. And we'll save it. And you can do a lot of stuff with like the width of things and stuff like that. Okay. We'll just try to center everything. I think that my bumblebee should go on the top. So if I show what's inside the row, I can simply move my bumblebee up here. There it is. And now, this is of course not a finished header, but it will give you an idea of the workflow here. So that was template parts, patterns. General, what is that? Some post meta something. They are just all my patterns. And here we have the patterns. Oh, they are not created yet. Probably you can import them. You need a JSON file of some kind. Okay, that's interesting. So the design can be imported from JSON. We should look into that, but not in this video. So it will be for later on. But I think that you have seen like pretty much some of the most important new additions. I really like the way that that the appearance looks now with the editor. To be honest, the pattern thing, having both patterns and template parts, this is a mess. But apart from that, I think that my all-over impression of the new WordPress is that it's very good and useful. So I think I'll end my video here. It's become quite long, so I think it's a nice place to stop. If you followed me onto this, I think that you need to do one thing more, and that is click like. And of course you can also subscribe to my channel, because if you subscribe, you'll never miss another update on my ramblings online. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.